The Civic was pretty much a low key remembered car of the 1990s. But there is something else that you don't know about the Honda Civic. The Honda Civic doesn't act as a daily driver by Filipinos or basically Americans. The Honda Civic was a JDM icon legend, and this was just the beginning. Get ready for I'm gonna tell you the story of the legendary Honda Civic VTI SIR. So what is the Honda Civic VTI SIR exactly? The VTI SIR Honda Civic is a double overhead cam sports sedan that was built in 1999 all the way to 2000. Basically, this Honda Civic VTI was a lone wolf standard race car that was used by civilian people, although not many are known for it. For in fact, some people don't understand why. Some people even say that it was basically a civilian version of the Honda Civic Type R FK8, which was in twice the year as its age. So, the Honda Civic VTI SIR is basically a four-door sedan made for 1999 and 2000 year. So, throughout most of the fact, the Honda Civic VTI SIR features a double overhead cam or DOHC engine, which is basically what is double overhead cam? Well, here's the thing. There are two camshafts in the engine, so that is basically what you call double overhead cam. The Honda Civic VTI is not actually your performance model type of race car because some people don't understand why. The Honda Civic VTI SIR also has a twin counterpart, which is the Honda Civic ESI. The ESI is a shorter, earlier version of the Honda Civic VTI lineup. However, the Honda Civic ESI only has one grille, which is underneath the hood line of the car, which is basically odd. And if you compare ESI and VTI together, you'll notice that the difference. One is that the Honda Civic VTI SIR has big headlights and big taillights, while the Civic ESI, on the other hand, has narrower headlights and shorter taillights. That is likely the difference what you can see between those two. The Honda Civic VTI was basically one of the most unrecognizable race cars that was not actually used on racetracks. Well, some people say that they modified these 1990s JDM Civics for a reason and they became JDM icons ever since the Honda Civic Type R showed up. So, the Honda Civic VTI SIR is literally a road version of Honda's performance racing sedan or hatchback. The Honda Civic VTI SIR was the only Honda Civic made in middle 1999 all the way to early 2000s. So that means that the Honda Civic VTI was in the Philippines for only like 2 years. Well, basically, when the Honda Civic first made its way to the Philippines, none of us really know why it is basically a sedan or a race car. Well, some people say both because there are two different options you can go for Honda Civics. One is that you can basically drive a civilian version of the Honda Civic, which is a daily driver. Two, the Civic Type R was basically a road race car version of the original body style of the Honda Civic. What I furtherly notice about the Honda Civic VTI is that the VTI SIR is basically part of the sixth iteration model of the Honda Civic, also made in 1990 all the way to 2000. So that means the Honda Civic VTI SIR followed the original Honda Civic from 1990 all the way to 2000. What people appreciate about the Honda Civic VTI SIR is that the VTI SIR was not actually meant to be a race car, but it was very fast. None of us even noticed why it was a look-see of a car, because some people say, meh, you just drive a regular car with a big engine and you just don't even know the difference. Well, here's the thing. Vintage sedans were not only concealed as a daily driver, but they were known for something else. They were known as sleeper cars. If you don't know what a sleeper car is, it's basically a customized daily driver performed as a race car. See? Easy as that. What made the Honda Civic a sleeper is because it was basically a performance sedan that was mainly used for video games and TV icons, even anime. In anime, they used the Honda Civic Type R FK8 in 2017 in America, and later on in 2024, which is last year, we got the Civic RS. Well, the Civic RS was not actually confirmed to be an actual Civic Type R, unlike its previous iterations. The only Civic that looks closer to the original concept was basically the Civic Type R, which is this car right here. And here's another fact that I want to share with you all. I did have a Honda Civic VTI SIR before, but there's only one issue. It's actually just a basic Civic, like a normal daily driver car. Yeah, but I'm still glad that I still get to own such a legendary icon. So, at that point, I really understood the concept of the Civic Type R, and it basically didn't even lag about almost a second though. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you go comment, like, and sub to the channel. And thank you once again for 200 subscribers.